The Democrats' best election-stealing lawyer, at least as President Trump calls him, is back with a dire new prediction. Writing for Democracy Docket, Marc, Elias soberly intoned, quote, "Trump is planning his next crime. We don't yet know the exact details, but we know it involves subverting the will of the voters and undermining free and fair elections. And we know that he will spare nothing and no one who gets in his way," end quote. They really aren't even trying to hide anymore, are they? Trump is planning his next crime, but we don't have the details yet. I mean, what even is that? It's like Elias was one of the jurors in Manhattan where none of them had to agree on the supposed underlying crime that they convicted Trump on. Some of the jurors could basically have been like, "Orange man bad, therefore guilty." The only truthful claims Elias makes are by accident. The trick is that you have to read between the lines of articles like this in order to know that whatever they're accusing Trump of currently is exactly what the left is actively doing. And that is why they're blaming him for it as cover for themselves, as Saul Alinsky teaches. Since Republicans already shot themselves in the foot earlier this year by funding all the Democrats' priorities through Congress, the last resort we have at our fingertips right now would be for the GOP to protest this by blockading all of Biden's judicial nominees. Send a message after the Trump conviction. Stonewall each and every one of them. Turn each confirmation hearing into a political nightmare for the left, a la Kavanaugh or Clarence Thomas style. But of course they won't. They don't want to fight when it means they actually may be risking something by doing so. They only pretend to fight when it gets them donor dollars and cool sound bites to play on Fox News and other Con Inc. outlets. And so just days after Trump's witch trial ended, 7 GOP senators, count them 7, comprised of Lindsey Graham, Susan Collins, James Lankford, Lisa Murkowski, Mitt Romney, Mike Rounds, and Tom Tillis, all voted to confirm Judge Tanya Monique Jones-Bozier to serve as an associate judge on the Superior Court of D.C. No surprises there from any of them. Time to get serious about primarying these types of rhinos out. Joining us now to discuss all this and more is William Wolf, a former senior official in the Trump administration. William, thanks for being back tonight.
Thanks for having me on.
Great. So how serious are Republicans actually about tackling the deep state when A, they keep funding it, and B, they keep confirming its members without any sort of political fight?
Well, I'm sure that the Republicans are busy writing their, umpteenth strongly worded letter that they are sure will help stop this ridiculous destruction of our democratic norms and processes in America now that Trump has been ridiculously convicted on 34 counts, felony counts. And of course, the latest talking point is that we now have a convicted felon running for government. But as you show here, 7 GOP senators have joined Democrats in continuing to advance the Biden agenda, which is absolutely ridiculous. And it shows us, again, that Republican leadership, particularly in the Senate, but certainly in the House as well, and really all across America, just does not know what time it is.
They really don't, and I know there's a lot of really great firebrands in the House, but they just had that hearing the other day with U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, right? And they got a lot of good sound bites from that, putting Garland on the spot about possible coordination between Biden's DOJ and these local DA, these prosecutors' offices, the ones that are going after President Trump. But same thing, it's like, okay, that's great, that's wonderful, like the sound bites, but is anything gonna happen from this? Because so far, doesn't seem like it. I mean, wake me up when they actually defund special counsel Jack Smith, or when they actually clip the funding of the FBI instead of giving them new headquarters. I mean, the list really goes on. Wake me up, like I said, when they finally just start blockading all judicial nominees, no matter how great and wonderful they are, because we're past that. We need the symbolism of sending that message. But I mean, is that what we're stuck, like you said, riding the op-eds and the outrage cycles? But what's it going to take for the GOP, or at least some members of the GOP, to finally break through this cycle, this losing cycle that we've been stuck on now for decades even?
Well, look, the GOP are beautiful losers, right? That's what they want to be. They want to be the managers of careful decline in America. They don't ever want to rock the boat and do what's necessary to actually beat the left, while at the same time, the left is aggressively accelerating their unconstitutional and destructive agenda at every turn.